third time in about a year, we are going to see direct impacts from a tropical storm. I'm meteorologist Joe Martucci, and Elsa will be making its way into our area Thursday night into Friday. We have tropical storm watches in effect for, quote, the foreseeable future. This will probably be in effect until sometime during the middle of the day on our Friday, but we will get bumped into a warning early on Thursday. Same thing with the flash flood watch. We should go into a flash flood warning sometime either Wednesday night or early Thursday. This will be in effect from 5 p.m. Thursday until noon on Friday here. Now, Elsa, as of 8 p.m. on our Wednesday, is still a tropical storm, even though it is well inland now. It's about 75 miles to the west-southwest of Brunswick, Georgia. It will be making more of a turn to the north and east with time here. Now, notice how it goes from a tropical depression, that's where you see that D at 2 p.m. on Thursday, into a tropical storm as it makes its closest approach to us. I don't necessarily buy that. We still may be a tropical depression here. We're either going to be a high-end tropical depression or a low-end tropical storm as it makes its way our way into South Jersey. So here's how to prepare. Have a way to receive tornado warnings if you sleep at night, because yes, there is potential for tornadoes and you don't want to be caught off guard. Cut down any hanging tree branches or tree limbs. You don't want those objects to become projectiles. Keep your devices plugged in on Thursday night. Just in case the power goes out, at least you'll have your computer and your phone around for a couple of hours. And prepare for water in buildings if applicable. So if your home or your basement usually gets water in it, just make sure you take the necessary steps to mitigate against that. Here's a look at our Elsa threats. Roadway flooding is the biggest concern with this. Damaging winds and tornadoes would be second here. Now, moderate risk of tornadoes. What does that mean in Joe's world? Well, what that means to me is that I think we are going to see a tornado somewhere in southeastern New Jersey. However, tornadoes are very small. They're only a couple of yards wide, a couple tens of yards wide. So it's not like we're expecting everywhere to see one, but maybe a 0.5% of the land area in southeastern New Jersey will see one. So that gives us a moderate there. Here's a look at my storm confidence. Definitely know there's going to be direct impacts to New Jersey. At this point in time, my track and timing confidence, not horrible, but could be better. I'm hoping by Thursday morning that can increase. Here's a look at our Elsa scenarios. I favor this one right here. Elsa moves over or to the west of New Jersey. That's 6 to 8 hours of heavy rain. That's wind gusts that can bring some damage. If it's over 45 miles an hour, it will. Sustained tropical storm force winds, 39 miles an hour or greater, will be possible. Deadly rip currents. A little bit of coastal flooding. We'll get to that. If Elsa is more offshore, if it never touches the Jersey Shore, it stays to our east. Heavy rain along the coast, but if you're in Hamilton, you're in Bridgeton, you're probably not going to see that much rain. You will be gusty. 35 miles an hour, though, is not that bad. And rip currents and coastal flooding still remain possible here. Here's a look at the Canadian model. Rain will develop sometime between about 9 p.m. to midnight here. Then, I like this, how it goes over Cumberland County, moves to Monmouth County during the pre-dawn hours on Friday, gets out of here. We should be dry by, I would say, 9 o'clock. And then we do have more showers and thunderstorms that come in the evening and into the overnight hours as we get some cooler air to move through. It helps to create more unstable atmosphere, and that's why you'd see some showers and storms. Here's a look at our forecast rain totals. I think we're underdoing it along the shore. This is usually what happens in tropical situations. We're underdoing what the models, or we overdo what the models say. 2 to locally 4 somewhere along the shore and east of the Parkway corridor. The further west you go, the less you will see here. This is helicity. In other words, how likely are we to see a tornado? These values right here, they correspond to 1 to 2. Better than average. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 1 or 2 tornadoes somewhere in New Jersey. Here's the thing. They're going to be moving from the shore onto land. So there's not going to be a lot of warning time with this, and they will be moving quick. So that's why I said you have to have a way to get weather alerts. Here's a look at our high tides during Elsa. Good news is, really at this point in time, the forecast models are not showing any potential for flooding. I would still caution and say, hey, we could get into just minor flood stage. That means the very typical areas will flood, but that would be about it. Here's a look at that tropical storm force wind probability. Anywhere in that brighter green, 20 to 30% chance. That's pretty much Cape May County up to about Longport. Otherwise, we're 10 to 20%. I want to show you 2 different scenarios. This is what happens on the HER model. This is pretty much the worst case scenario. You are talking about winds that do touch that tropical storm force overnight Thursday into Friday. That's where you're pricing widespread 50-mile-an-hour winds, probably even 60-mile-an-hour gusts at the shore. Now, this is the NAM model. The track, and we'll let this loop for you one more time. the track takes it such that we're not going to see as strong of winds. Probably you're talking about sustained winds 20 to 30, similar to what you would see in a, decent nor'easter, and then wind gusts to around 40. You see that track going a little more inland there. Elsa is the 5th named storm of the 2021 hurricane season, which has been very active, at least for early July standards. Hopefully, we will not be as active as last year, where we are talking about a record season here. For the latest in South Jersey weather, you can follow me on social media. We'll be keeping you updated online all throughout the night here as we go into our Wednesday night and Thursday night. Of course, during the day, Thursday as well. Website, pressabac.com/weather.